for her to be. And her ashes are scattered there. They had a great party. The band that she played with in Banfield was there. And so the Pacific Ocean is going to carry her ashes off, and they'll return. Right? They're going to be picked up, and they'll come to us, and we'll go to them, and we're all stardust. Fay was a longtime friend of mine. You might not have known, but there's an annual back there that shows myself, Ed Lipton, and Fay in Windsor Senior Secondary in North Vancouver. Oh, I'm there. You might not recognize it. You might not recognize it.
The young guy that was the same thing.
I should let you know that this evening can be roasting all the way, because that would be a great way to celebrate too. I want to let you know a little bit how the evening is going to go. We'll have a little bit of commemoration here, a little bit of talking. You can interrupt at any time. Thanks, Sue, for starting us off. Murray's going to have a song. You're going to interrupt us some more. There could be some storytelling. We're going to plant a lilac bush out front. As the pit. So we'll go up there. And then you're going to go home, and I'm going to eat all the spaghetti. So, as you travel to the hall, I want to let you know that you might not have noticed some places where Fay has been. How she came into the valley was through the Common Good Cooperative Association, through Dwayne and Ed and Donna. And I joined myself, and we decided that we would want to make some sort of, I don't know, alternative. And we came from different places and put together a little bit of a livelihood for 2 to 3 years.
Details, please.
Details.
What year?
Well, if you take a look down the road there, this would have been 1974 and 1975, 76, and we kind of disbanded maybe 77, 78. One of the highlights on the road was the Pinks at their farm, is where we would, I think that property at that time was owned by the Clarks, and we asked the Clarks if we could park there, and we would walk down a path to the river, take a cable crossing on a boat called On the Way, across the river, and that's where we were squatting on Crown land to make a statement to build a log house and have people come to that site and maybe build a log house themselves.
So you didn't have any money to rent, right?
No money. So that was one site you might not have known that we used quite regularly. Fay, the trooper that she was haul things down to the river, take that cable crossing across. I know there's people here who have done that themselves. Myers were the next neighbors south on that side of the river. And hands up, who's crossed this river on a boat or on a cable crossing or canoe? Look around. Look at this. I mean, this was part of what transportation was and is. Kind of the next little spot I like you to think about is poultry, because George and Ernie and Emil, but mainly George, invited us to come and saw some wood on his site, and so we had a mobile dimension saw, and we started custom sawmilling at that site. And that old red 64 Merc that you see on the side of the road, did you see it there, Ed? Yeah. That was, no one's buying that because no one can find the registration because it belongs to Fay and Ed and Brian and Dwayne and Robbie and all of us in the co-op. But it sits there, and that was our transportation truck. We hauled logs, hauled sawdust from Cheline, hauled lumber, went to town for groceries. Remember that, Sue? Truck and that. For groceries.
Town and back?
How's that?
Town and back?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, it was a great running truck. And that truck came from, Rob, from your mom's sister, your aunt.
You and I drove it up from Vancouver together.
We drove that thing.
Oh, we did.
A next site coming along down the road, I think I might want to remember Fay had, is the old schoolhouse at Huffle. We all lived in that house. It was Dwayne and Fay, myself. I had a bedroom in there. Lawrence Parkin, who's was a good friend of mine, came from England, heard about the co-op. I wrote him, came here to work. He, by the way, is the one that suggested to us that we start a local area plan here, and gave me the information on that because he's a town planner in White Rock. Yeah, we were in that and used that as a site. Day was learning to do some cooking at that time, and so one of the things that you can partake of here for a dessert are chocolate chip cookies. So she would have the chocolate chip cookies and bring them down to the mill site, and unless Rob got into the batter first, I'm sure.
What's in them?
More on that. You can jump in at any time.
Oh, no.
Further down the road, the house. Further down the road, the house of the Chucks, where Donna and Ed lived, and kind of used as the main base. We'll talk a little bit about that in some of her renditions and memories. We started a garden there. Frank Zabok was just a great landlord. Thought we were all troopers and just lent us a hand whenever he could. And then when the co-op disbanded, of course, Dwayne and Fay were the first ones to make a residence up Rohan Peters. The log house that we were building across the river eventually made it back over the river here and became part of the Rohan Peters building. I don't know if a log went into that house or not, but I know that the house came back up there. Further down the road, and we don't reach it, well, here, the hall, they participated lots in the hall. Rainbow River Players, song evenings, dances, kids, family. The mural. Yeah, you'll see she's in the mural, or she's part of painting the mural. Further down at the resort, so the house at the resort across from the store with the red metal roof, we spent a winter there. I think that was our first winter here. Yeah, and that was an accommodation that we were at. Very quiet winter, I remember that winter. And
except for when Lawrence would bring out his bagpipes.
Well, there was always music there. They would play guitar. Just various places where she has been, and although that if someone leaves the valley and we think that they've left, but they haven't, because all of the part of them being here is still there in some form. And I just wanted to celebrate with you the places that she has been and made a statement about. So thanks for that. Anything here? Anything else? Does anyone want to say anything at this time? Murray's going to sing a song. Going to have some stories. Where's Murray? There he is. Time? Yeah, I mean, I'll go on.